Good morning, guys. It's 10:15 a.m. in the UK, and it is the 25th of November. So today I am going to do top-down analysis of US30 and basically do a markup for you guys from scratch, just so you guys can see how I actually mark up my charts before I see if there's really anything viable to trade for the day or trade for the week and what's really setting up in the market. So let's go. So I'm just going to only focus on US30 for today. So let's just see. So I'm going to minimize this so it makes it clearer. And I am actually going to delete all of the previous markings, though typically I only kind of do this once a week, like on a Monday. Sometimes in between, if the market has moved a lot, either way, up or down, and because I tend not to draw too many support resistance lines. Like if you actually can see, I basically would only have, like you can see, I've only got here because market is past this structure, and so I'm only kind of watching this area at the moment to see if I can just go in for a 1:5 risk to reward ratio. If I'm going for a longer trade, I do tend to mark up on a higher time frame as well, but I just don't like two above the market structure at the moment and two support resistance lines below. That's probably the most I would do at any given point of time. But anyway, so let's just delete everything so you have a very clean chart. And I'm going to off the indicators. It is very important that you actually have a naked chart in front of you, which I've actually mentioned in the videos before, just so that it's easier on the eyes. It makes it very clear, like you can actually see what's happening in the market. Okay, so let's just quickly see the weekly, and I'm just going to minimize it. Right, okay, so this is an interesting one here right now. So here, weekly was going on a downtrend. It did break structure here, but then okay, I'm just quickly just going to draw, but I'm going to delete it because we don't want the trend line there. I'm just going to match the there we go. So it did break structure. It did come back to retest this line, and now it's on the way up. We just got to see if it's like a fake out, like I said before, because there is liquidity in this area here. So we just need to be really, really careful that it's not just a fake out on the higher time frames. All right. So again, there's another one more thing that I also want to quickly address is there's again I've said before there are many ways to trade. So I know some of you may think that, oh, I'm missing out on trades just because I don't trade breakouts, for example, or I don't trade fractals, or just different ways of trading, and I stick to only if only the moving averages line up. Well, like I said before, I know there's many ways of trading, and I'm actually okay with being patient and just missing trades if I feel like that's really not something I'm comfortable with. Having said that, I do take trades like on breakouts and stuff, but I keep my stop loss really, really tight because those are trades that I take like maybe just for the fun of it and not within my trading rules and parameters. But I personally am trying to avoid doing that because I feel that that's so undisciplined and without a proper strategy in place. And I'm just going at my own, like, okay, today I feel like this has done this and I'm just going to take it. Like every day a strategy changes and I feel like I personally have a lack of discipline if I'm going to keep doing it. So I'm really training myself to follow strict rules and be okay with taking fewer trades but more solid trades, if that makes sense. Okay, guys, so that's our weekly top down analysis. I'm going to leave the trend line here a bit while we do this analysis so you can actually see on a daily. I'm on the daily time frame right now. As you can see, it's also the same. On a daily time frame, you can actually see the retest a lot more clearer. It broke, came back, retested the border, and right now, as we have said several times over the week, it is at a very, very strong key level. Look at the price right now. Okay, so this could literally just be a fake out and it's going to tank right back down, or it is actually going to follow the previous uptrend, which was a very strong. Look at that. It was going up for a long period of time. Can you guys see that? Look at that. Okay, so we just have to wait and see really, but be very, very careful and follow your trading rules when you're trading this just because of where price is at the moment. Okay, so again, top down analysis, it's currently an uptrend just because for me this is price is broken structure. Okay, so there we go. So I'm going to remove this right now. Oops. All right. This is on a 4 hour, guys. So 4 hour, look, we are here right now. Let me just enlarge this. I would like to actually see what price is doing. Right, okay. I personally, even though this is a 4 hour, you know what we could do? We could draw a parallel channel because it's going up in a nice parallel, isn't it? Here, we gotta adjust it anyway. But shall we keep it here? Because price seems to have touched that zone quite a bit. Typically, you would, so somewhere about there, I would say, right? Okay, so I personally do think price is actually going to break structure and come down for a retracement. Let's just look at the daily and I'll show you guys why I think that. Do you guys see it's been on an uptrend? And right now, if I were to okay, let's bring in the indicators a bit later. But anyway, I'll come back to that. I was going to talk about divergence to you guys and why I didn't take a specific trade yesterday, but I'll talk about that in a while. So on a 4 hour, it is on an uptrend, but I do feel it's going to break structure. So wait for it to break, come out of the parallel channel, do a retest into the channel or on the zone, and then it's going to drop. All right, so that's that for the 4 hour. Let's drop to the hour. And if you can see on the hour, guys, it is consolidating right there. Okay, so again, it may just break out this way, be a fake out, and go right back into the channel and go onwards up. Always wait for a retest to see what price does before you actually make an entry if you're doing a sell. But personally, I really do think it might come down. But again, let price tell us what it's going to do. Okay, so this is where it is at the moment. It's just around this consolidation zone, which personally I'm not doing anything just because I'm pretty sure if I were to turn on my moving averages, it's probably weaving in between them. Okay, guys, so this is my take on a top-down analysis. So personally, it is on an uptrend at the moment. Okay, so you're looking for buys, but then price may break structure to do a retracement and then go right back up again. So keep an eye on that. So let's just turn on back the indicators. Look at that. See, so this is on a 1 hour, guys. Oops, why is this? Okay, gotta close it back. All right. So on the 1 hour, let's just make it bigger so you guys can see. So it hasn't really gone in between them too much, but it is to me a consolidation. I'm going to, so you know how to go and find this consolidation zone live. I'm going to add that. Oh, okay, sorry. Before that, I'm actually going to draw. I don't know why I turned on the moving averages before that. So I'm going to do, again, go back to the 4 hour, guys, and I'm going to draw for you guys a quick support analysis, support resistance. That's what I was meant to do in the first place. But anyway, let's just go back to that again. All right, so horizontal line, and I would basically draw where price has touched down a few times. Okay, so this is my take on price at the moment. Here I'm going to just see if I can minimize it a bit more. Okay, and then I am going to get the line again and I'm going to draw it right down here. A bit closer. There we go. On a 4 hour, you might get very tight support resistance lines. You know, you could also drop to an hour to do it, but typically I just try and draw on the 4 just so I can see more data, if that makes sense. You know, but as we go along, you can actually see like there's another one here. This seems to be a stronger zone. This is looks like a fake out to me here, possibly. Yeah, there's another one here. This one could be another one here. I'll just draw it. There we go. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn on, we have this one, support and resistance level with breaks. I'm going to turn that on too and put it on here. And sorry guys, I think I made it big, the panel. Do you know what? This always happens to me. Like, I have no idea why and what I did, but maybe just because I'm kind of pinching through the laptop with that. And so um, this is a bit annoying now because it has made my screen big and I don't know what I pinched or where I pinched. Oh, there we go. Okay. So you gotta pinch out the chart area to kind of make it like, within the space again because it enlarges and then it kind of like makes the entire chart look a bit wacky. But anyway, there we go. So you can see support resistance. So where we have drawn one line here, there is, you see that, guys? So if you, I know it looks messy right now, but just see the support resistance levels. You could also use this one to kind of help you and guide you along. Look, wherever I've drawn, there is a support or resistance level where I have literally drawn the lines. Okay, so I'm going to just turn it off so it doesn't look too messy for the eyes. All right, so this is where I would have drawn two above, two below the price points, round about there. We could also just draw one more there if you guys want, but I think I'll just wait for price to do a movement first, and then I can always mark up later. So draw your support resistance. If you have more data to follow, you could always draw it on a 1 hour, 2 hours. It's nice to kind of see on a daily level too where price would go, or a 4 hour, just so you know on the higher time frame where price is trying to go and which level is trying to go. Okay, so that's how you draw your support resistance levels. And now I'm going to turn on my Phoenix, which is my moving averages. And the moving averages that I use is basically four of it is 10, 21, 50, and 200. All right, so 200 literally tells you the trend. And if you can see here on the 4 hour, it's okay if you can't see the candle, guys. Just look at the moving average. 200 is below where the current market structure is. So which means that it's on a buy. So it's on an uptrend at the moment. Okay. I'm going to drop it down to the 1 hour and we can have a clearer look at it. It's also an uptrend at the moment, clearly, like we said. But having said that, I am, look, it's just weaving in between this two, right? The 10 and the 21 at the moment. And there's a small consolidation zone. Let me see if there's a consolidation on the 4 hour. Yeah, you can see the dotted line forming, which means that consolidation is starting to be marked up, but it's not a full-on consolidation box just of yet. Okay, so on a 3 hour, you see that it's just there, like I said, consolidating. It hasn't really done any massive moves as of yet. Right, so that's 1 hour for you guys, which is just teetering. Personally, I would wait. Now, I'm going to quickly show you guys. Oh, yeah, we could, another one of my favorite indicators is my pin bar. Look at this. It's so messy. Look at how messy it is. Okay, look. It literally shows you a bullish pin bar and then it shows you a bearish pin bar. You know what I mean? Like when you see this kind of a zone, like this zone right here, you just want to be like, oh, yeah, this whole thing. You just want to kind of just wait for it to do a breakout or something like that. Like this is, for me, it's just very messy at the moment. Okay, I'm also going to remove the parallel, but you guys knew how I drew the and marked up the parallel line because I basically don't trade breakout, so I just drew it just so you guys can see a channel and understand what I'm talking about. But yeah, so this is how I like to see my chart. So just based on my moving averages, my 200 is right back on at here. So I know it's a very full on buy trend, but at the moment it might just go down for a retracement, or it might again just break out and just go off and do its thing by creating buys. I'm going to quickly show you guys. I just need to remember um, which time frame it was. But okay, let's just look at this and I'll tell you what it is. So it could be actually, no, I think it was the 1 hour, or it could be the 4 hours. No, I think it's the 1 hour, guys. Okay, so yesterday I saw a bullish pin bar print, and do you know what? There was a nice movement up to the upside if I had taken it, but then I did not, just because it was going. Is it this? Yeah, this one it was. There we go. So can you see the bullish pin bar? Oh my God, the bullish pin bar that printed here. Okay, I'm gonna see if I can put an arrow just so that it's clear where I'm talking about. Was it not here? Hold on, guys. Let me see where it was. Um, okay, here, this one. Okay, this candle right there. If you guys can see, so if you had taken entry there, you would have been in profit clearly. I'm just gonna do a quick markup for you guys so you can see. So you would have entered here. All right, not about there. Um, Hold on. So your stop loss would have been right below that, about there, and your take profit 1:5 ratio. About 1.59, okay, just so you know it's 1.50 is the exact one. If you can notice, it did not hit the take profit. Very close, you would have been in good profit, but then, and the stop loss is 39 pips to 58 pips take profit, okay? You would have, but then there's a support resistance line here, so you ought to have been careful anyway. So if you had taken it, oh sorry, it was here anyway. So if, because it's also a consolidation box has formed, but having said that, guys, personally, if it had gone this much up, I would have put it to a risk-free trade or a smaller stop loss. May not have put it to break even because it might, because for US30 the wicks are long, so sometimes it is really hard to really adjust it to break even really quickly. So what I would have done is maybe towards here like that, just to give it a little bit of breather. So still might have ended up in a loss. Having said that, and then if you notice after this candle, it literally went back down and hit the original stop loss already. And I'll tell you guys why I didn't take it. Just because if you can see, though the momentum was actually building up, look at it. If you can see the chart, it was all the way here. It was basically an uptrend. But if you can see here, from here, this candle on this red one, you can see it's been showing a what do you call this? A bear momentum, basically. Okay, so over here it showed a bear, and then it did go up. Okay, and then it started to literally go down. Look at this. So it's down. Um, I don't know. For me, I think there was for me I just felt like it was going to go down because of the divergences, and I was not too confident it was going to keep going up at the moment. So I didn't go in personally, but it was just one of those trades that just because of the downward spiral from here, which to me it was just a risky trade given the fact that it might actually um retrace back down, if that makes sense. And honestly, I have to be really honest, like divergence do confuse me a little bit, just because sometimes it will show a bad divergence but then the trade is just going up, and it's still doing its bull run on the charts. So it does sometimes do take me out, but then yeah, so I was just not very confident on this trade. That was all there was to it. So I just want to kind of tell you guys, like, even though a bullish pin bar forms on an uptrend, I will be quite careful in how I take it. I don't take every bullish pin bar that forms. For example, this is another example, because it's already in consolidation. It doesn't make sense. So you kind of just need to go left and just see what your charts have been doing and kind of just compare it with your divergence indicator to just see whether you get an idea of what you think the charts could possibly be um, thinking of doing or planning on doing. Right. So if I just go back quickly on the daily time frame, so we are on an uptrend. Look at this. So again, see that I think this was what really put me off. So we started off here, which is way down, the chart, so you can actually see this, and then we formed a bear, even though price was going up on the charts, and then it's kind of just stagnated here. Can you guys see that? So I just think that it was just not a very clear in signal to me that the price was going to keep moving upwards. Like I said, there was liquidity, and it might just be a fake out and come right back down. I'm going to remove this, and I also think that there is liquidity right here. Right. So price could literally come down into this box and, like I said, do a retest or do a fake out here, go right back up and go up in the upwards momentum, or come down, do a retest here at the edge or a little bit into the zone, and go right back down for a downtrend. So we just got to see what price is currently going to do, guys. At the moment today, not trading US30. I will wait for a proper movement to happen before I actually take any prints or any signals in terms of the bullish pin bar prints. Right, so hopefully that kind of gives you guys an idea of where my hit space is on US30 for today. And just, yeah, and I'm just gonna watch the markets. Like I just feel like even here, if I think one of these trades I took it on a lower time frame, but I feel like it's just, floating like that. So I would like to see a proper break and a retest and then see where price goes. But yes, that's my analysis for US30 for today. So be patient, guys. Happy trading and see you all next week.